Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about proposed legislation at the state capitol that would increase health and safety requirements for farmers markets. My guest this segment is Roger Dickinson, a member of the State Assembly from Sacramento. Thanks for being with us.
Great to be with you, Steve.
So I guess first of all, looking at the macro picture, farmers markets have really mushroomed in the last few years. I mean, they are everywhere, and they're very, very popular.
They are very popular, and I think it reflects the fact that people want the opportunity to buy things directly from farmers. They want to have an opportunity to get fresh fruits and vegetables, meats, all the kinds of things that we produce in California. And they're a great social event as well. It's just fun to go to a farmer's market.
But there are some problems.
There are problems, and we've seen through media reports and other sources that there's been a lot of fraud that's developed in farmers markets, unfortunately, where people are told that something is grown organically and it's not, or they're told that it's been grown locally and it's actually been brought in from out of state, where they've been represented that there's certain characteristics to what's being sold and those characteristics aren't present. So a lot of misleading and fraudulent behavior that those who care about certified farmers markets believe that we need to bring under control.
Now, when it comes to oversight, I mean, there is a huge difference, correct me if I'm wrong, between farmers markets, locally grown food being sold in farmers markets, and your big retailers.
There really is, because there's as a practical matter very little oversight over certified farmers markets currently, and that's one of the things that I'm addressing in the legislation that I've introduced. It's to increase the fee somewhat on the vendors so that the Department of Food and Agriculture and the county agricultural commissioners can have the resources necessary to upgrade enforcement and make sure that people are getting what's being represented. And
this fee would be what? I mean, would it be cost prohibitive?
No, it's just $2 a booth, so it's very modest, but it, with all the popularity of farmers markets, raises a considerable amount of money that would be sufficient to elevate the enforcement efforts. So
the major problems have been claiming it's organic when it's not, or saying it's grown in a certain location when it's not?
That's right. Things of that kind. So for example, we've had people at farmers markets saying, I'm the farmer, I'm selling this to you, then I raised it, when that's not been true. We've had instances where people say, this came from a farm nearby our town, and when in fact it came from out of state. It's saying that the goods were grown under a certain condition or circumstances when they weren't. For example, or organically grown when they weren't. Things of that kind.
Didn't you have a legislation like this before that failed?
I did, and unfortunately it didn't get out of the Assembly Appropriations Committee, but we've been working with the interested parties and with the department. I think we've got a bill that this year hopefully will see more success.
And usually when it's stuck in appropriations, it's because there's an expense that the members don't want the state taxpayers paying for. This is a little bit different? You said reconfigured it?
Yeah, we've raised the fee sufficient to raise the revenue that will be enough to pay for the costs associated with the bill. So I think that we will be able to satisfy the cost criteria of the committee, and we now have a good relationship with the Department of Food and Agriculture, which recognizes something needs to be done, as well as all the stakeholders. This is supported by a large variety of those involved with the farmers markets themselves.
I was going to say we only have a few seconds left, but I know a number of farmers markets are supporting this, I guess because they want to see the integrity of these markets continue to be good.
That's exactly it. They know that for people to use them, they've got to have trust and confidence in them.
All right. Roger Dickinson, a member of the State Assembly from Sacramento, thanks for coming by and talking about this issue that a lot of people are very interested in.
I appreciate the opportunity, Steve.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government On Demand.